If you're looking for an affordable, dual-tipped acrylic marker that can be used both on cards and in other crafts like decorating ornaments, then this video is for you. Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Keppel. In a previous video, I shared a set of Arrtx acrylic markers with a brush tip that work beautifully on black cardstock, white cardstock, acetate, and much more. Today I'm sharing a new set of 24 acrylic markers that are dual tipped, a fine brush and a fine point. Let me first share the tips of these markers and the colors that are included in the 24 marker set. These are the new Arrtx Acrylic Marker 24 marker set. They come in a nice sturdy box that you can keep them in. These markers should be stored horizontally, so the box is perfect for that. As I mentioned, these are dual-tipped acrylic markers. So one end has a 3.2 millimeter brush tip and the other end has a 1.9 millimeter fine tip. The ends are clearly marked so you can easily tell which end is the brush and which end is the fine tip. These acrylic markers are water-based, odorless, and non-toxic. One of my favorite aspects of these markers is that there is no need to prime the tips. You don't need to shake the pen or press the nib down because the ink is consistently flowing to both tips. In my previous video, I shared the single tip acrylic markers. These brush tips are slightly larger than the new dual-tipped sets. The new 24 set that I'm sharing today is a perfect companion to the 32 dual-tipped acrylic marker set that Arrtx previously released. With the holidays coming up, any of these sets would be ideal gifts for fellow crafters or yourself. The new 24 set is a companion to the 32 marker set. The only duplicate color is white. Every other color is different, and the new 24 set includes more blues and purples to complement and fill out the color range. Now, let's use them to make a couple of cards. First, we're going to color on acetate. I started this card by foiling a Christmas tree with teal foil on Spellbinders Glimmer clear film sheets, which can be used with the heat from a Glimmer machine. I used the brush ends of the acrylic markers to color in the large flowers and leaves in the design, and I used the fine tip to color in berries and other smaller elements. Both dual tips were small enough for me to color around the foiling, but you could color on the back of the acetate if you wish. This is very easy to do, and you will have no problems containing the acrylic from the brush tips or the fine tips in the areas that you want to color. Even the brush tip can be used at the super end of it to create a very, very fine line, which is great for coloring in detailed images like this one. After the tree was colored in, I used the coordinating die to cut out a tree on an A2 piece of pink cardstock. Then I used tape runner to put adhesive all over the back of the die cut cardstock, making sure to get around all the cutout areas. Then I lined up the A2 die cut panel over the acetate with the acrylic colored tree. Once it's adhered down, I cut off any acetate that was sticking out on the sides. This makes it easy to create the shaker window without having to worry about getting the foiled tree and die cut tree in exactly the same spot, as long as you generally aim for the center. Next, I placed foam tape in a rectangle around the tree, making sure that all the pieces of foam tape touch. If there are gaps, small shaker goodies can sneak out. I poured some of my favorite Pretty Pink Posh sequins into the open area surrounded by foam tape, then carefully laid an A2 piece of white cardstock over the foam tape, trying to line it up as best as I could. I popped up a foiled Merry Christmas sentiment on foam tape to complete the card. Colored in acetate adds such a fun touch to shaker cards. Now, let's take a look at how these markers hold up to a darker color of cardstock, like a dark craft. For this card, I foiled the same tree in gold foil on a dark craft cardstock, and I'm going to use the acrylic markers to again color in the elements like the flowers and leaves on the tree. Alternating between brush and fine tips makes it easy to color larger areas or smaller ones on the same image. The acrylic markers are opaque and saturated colors, and they dry like this too, so they don't get muddy on the cardstock. Once the coloring was complete, I used the coordinating die to cut the tree out. I then matted some mint cardstock that was 4 by 5 1/4 on top of another A2 piece of the same craft cardstock. I adhered a foiled Season's Greetings sentiment and then popped up the tree on some foam tape. I love having the option to color in images on darker colored cardstock, not just on white cardstock. As I mentioned at the beginning, these markers are great in card making, but they can be used for other crafts as well. Today I'm going to try them on 3 different Christmas ornaments, and I think, as you'll see, these would be great crafts to include even the youngest members of the family. I ordered some shaped ceramic blank ornaments. You could get totally fancy here and draw on the ornaments or write people's names or keep it really simple. I added small dots of color on the tree, outlined the tree in green, and colored in the star in yellow. If you keep the decorating simple, even the littlest kids could join in on this craft. You could use the fine tip to write family members' names or holiday sentiments on these ornaments. You could even use these as gift toppers. I also grabbed some fillable plastic ornaments. I like that you can place them flat on your work surface while they are in half. Again, since they're plastic, you don't have to worry about anyone breaking them and getting hurt. I kept the pattern simple again. I went for non-traditional colors and large organic looking dots. Arrtx does state that when using the acrylic markers on plastic or ceramic or any other non-porous surface, you should finish the craft off with a sealant, since these are water-based and could wipe off otherwise. Once I finished coloring, I added some sequins to 1/2 and then closed up the ornament. Even those family members who claim not to be artistic would have fun decorating them and filling them with fun shaker goodies from your stash. I also bought some wood slice ornaments. Wood, like paper, is porous, so no sealant is necessary here. I decided to create a rainbow ornament by following the wood grain pattern around the wood slice with different colors from the rainbow. I love all the different colors you get in this set, but if you're looking for more, you can always check out the previously released 32 dual tipped marker set or the other set with just the brush tips as well. Lots of colors are available in both of those and really complete the range. For more control, I mainly used the fine tip for this ornament so I could follow along the wood grain, but also not completely cover it up because I wanted it to still look like a wood slice. I love the quality of these Arrtx markers, but I also love that they don't cost a fortune. And so you can buy them for crafts with little kids or for your card making. I'd love to hear how you would use them. Let me know in the comments below. As always, I want to thank you so much for stopping by and spending time with me today. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you again soon.